Excited now because we are not far away from the BBC Children in Need Night. It's next Friday, but a man who has a heck of a job on his hands between now and then. 10 years he's been doing this. Well, he's had a break in between. He's kind of done it for 8 days each year. But Matt Baker is back with the Rickshaw Challenge and he joins us now on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Matt, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited and ready to go. We haven't started yet. We're starting hopefully tomorrow morning. We're kind of in the middle of our COVID testing. So we've already been through one round of tests and then we're going to start have another round of tests on Saturday morning. When we're all clear with those, we'll be off and running. But we're in Goodwood Estate this year. So it's a very different feel, but we're kind of as locked down as we possibly can be here. Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm just so pleased and I'm so grateful that we get the opportunity to be able to do this. But yeah, like I say, it's going to have a bit of a different feel this year.
And your 10th anniversary of doing this, it was in 2011 when you did your first Rickshaw Challenge. So this, very, very different for you, but it's not going to be any easier, is it?
No, I mean, gosh, when I think back to, 10 years ago, and actually Lincolnshire was a big part of my memory of doing it. I was going from Edinburgh all the way down to London. The whole idea was to do kind of taxi fares, just to raise money for children in need that way. It fast became something else as I realised how epic it was going to be to try and get that rickshaw. It was well over 500 miles that year, all the way down to London. And I hit Lincolnshire and I remember the wind and the plains and it was so relentless because there was no kind of downs. It's one thing cycling a rickshaw up a hill, but you also get 3 miles on the other side of the hill. And it was just so relentless. And I got there so late in the evening to Lincoln. And I was so thankful for the amount of people that came up to support me. But this is the thing, all those wonderful people that show such generosity, either through donating or just by cheering and clapping, they're not going to be alongside this year because we are pretty much locked down. So we're asking people to get involved on the social side of things. You can follow me on Instagram and I'm doing all the kind of behind the scenes stuff, but also through the One Show social and the Children in Need social media too. If you send us any comments that way, then I'll pass them on. Make sure that the Team Rickshaw get them because we've got a brilliant team of youngsters this year.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You're not the star of the show. The real stars of the show are your team behind you and helping you ride that rickshaw this year.
Couldn't agree more. And actually, in that second year when I was thinking, look, this isn't about celebrities doing stuff on telly. This is about those youngsters that have benefited from Children in Need in the past. So was it possible to create a relay team that would ride the rickshaw? And that is when Team Rickshaw were born. There's been 45 young riders in all since then. We've cycled over 4,300 miles and raised nearly £36 million for other like-minded youngsters. And, this challenge is nothing for them in comparison to what they go through normally and what they've gone through to get to the point in life that they're at. And for me, that is exactly what the Rickshaw Challenge represents. You give a youngster an opportunity and a chance at something and you watch them fly. And that's what I love so much about it. And yes, it's going to feel different this year, but we're still celebrating, we're still out there and we're still having a go.
I know as we've watched you over the years, and there are those times when that wind is blowing, that rain is beating down, but you are there, you're behind these youngsters who are on the rickshaw, they're riding it. As you say, each of them have their own stories to tell, but this year you haven't got those crowds at the end. You're going to be in Goodwood, it's going to be very different. So those messages from people saying, oh, Matt, have we lost you? Are you still there?
No, I'm here. I'm still back. I'm back.
I was going to say, there are those times,
aren't there? But I came back again.
Oh,
it's
thank
like me
you.
on the One Show. I went away, but I come back.
Here he is. He's like the bad penny. He turns up every time. No, I was just saying the fact that there are those times when the rain's beating down, the wind is howling, and it isn't easy, especially when you haven't got the crowds around you. So this year, those messages of support are going to be all the more important.
Absolutely, yeah. And I tell you what, don't think it's going to be easy just going around one place because I've been finalising the course this afternoon. I've been out looking at the routes that we're going to be taking, and it's undulating to say the least. That's the polite way of saying it. But yeah, it's going to be full on. But we've got various options, and then depending on which rider's up on board, we'll make the most of it. So but like I say, it's a brilliant team. We've got Owen, we've got Jim, we've got Lauren, Lewis, Rosie, and Sarah. And I can't wait for you all to see how they get on.
I know, you introduced them to us on the One Show, and we're going to be getting updates every night from the One Show, aren't we?
That's right, yeah. From Monday we'll be live when hopefully we'll have done over 100 miles by Monday night. And then we aim to do 332 miles, which is the kind of as the crow flies homage to what I did in that first year when we went from Edinburgh to London. So that's the plan. We'll do what we can and we will gratefully receive anything that people want to give us. We've got no targets or anything like that this year. Obviously, very difficult year to be asking for donations, but we're grateful for what anybody wants to throw our way.
Matt, we love it. Children in Need wouldn't be the same without the Rickshaw Challenge. Good luck to you and everybody else taking part in that. And we'll see you on The One Show on Monday night. Matt Baker with us on BBC Radio Lincolnshire, his 10th Rickshaw Challenge. He's got that team of youngsters with him as well who are going to be riding around the Goodwood Estate this year, raising money for children in need. Very different because the crowds won't be there to welcome them in at the end of the day and to cheer them on along the route. So any messages that you want to send, you can do that throughout the week. And hopefully they will raise a good amount of money for the BBC Children in Need appeal. The special programme next Friday. It's Children in Need Day next Friday. All very different this year. But hopefully we'll be able to do that bit here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire like we normally do to put pounds and pence into the pot, and it can go towards those wonderful Children in Need charities. It is BBC Radio